The 2021 season will mark a new era in New Orleans after the greatest player in franchise history halted a career.
I recognize the chance you took when signing me on March 14, 2006. I worked every day to prove you right.
But just because Brees is gone, this isn't a team that has rebuild on their minds. The Saints have won the NFC South 4 years in a row and have a roster full of stars who are in win-now mode. The question, who follows in Brees' footsteps? Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston?
When you talk about Jameis and Taysom, both of them are extremely hard workers. Both of them, are doing a great job leading.
Regardless who wins the job, this is still an explosive offense. But will the passing of the torch at quarterback be enough to stave off the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Bucks in the NFC South? If everything goes according to plan for the Saints, they stay healthy and manage to not skip a beat under center, there is a chance those two teams will meet 3 times again in the 2021 season. Let's welcome in senior NFL writer Pete Prisco down in NOLA. Pete, for the first time in 15 years, Drew Brees is not at training camp. It has come down to Taysom Hill, Jameis Winston. I was watching you earlier and you said you think the job belongs to Jameis Winston, but what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, neither one of them looked very good today. They had their moments, but they were very inconsistent, and I think this is going to be a real competition. The reason I think it's going to be Jameis Winston is this. If you start Jameis Winston, you could come in with Taysom Hill packages. You can use them a variety of ways. I call them the gimmick. You can do that and take Jameis Winston off the field or make him split out wide. If you start Taysom Hill, you can't bring Jameis Winston in on passing down. So for that reason, let's not forget, too, that Taysom Hill also plays a lot of special teams, and he's very good in terms of being able to line up as a wide receiver, and they have wide receiver problems right now. So for that reason, I think Jameis Winston will be the starting quarterback on opening day, but you'll also see a lot of Taysom Hill.
Pete, regardless of quarterback, this offense is going to run through Alvin Kamara, but what are your expectations for him with a quarterback not named Drew Brees?
I legitimately think he has a chance to be a 1,000 guy, and that's 1,000 receiving yards, 1,000 rushing yards, and only 3 guys have done that. It's tough to do, but I think with the way they're going to throw the football, I think they're using him a ton. I think Kamara's going to catch a ton of passes out of the backfield, which is why his numbers will go up. We know he has big playability, but I also think he'll rush for 1,000 yards because they need him to be an effective guy inside the tackle. So 1,000 season for Alvin Kamara. He's going to be a big part of what they do.
The Saints got a big blow when they found out that Michael Thomas had to have ankle surgery in June, keeping him out potentially until October at some point. Who's stepping up out there in his place?
Yeah, this is going to be one of those situations where they rely on the tight end, Adam Troutman, and also Alvin Kamara. And we've seen this in the past with Sean Payton. Back in the day, had Jimmy Graham and Darren Sproles. They didn't have great wide receivers. They still moved the football. I think early on this season, they're going to throw to the tight end, throw to Kamara. But in terms of the wide receivers, Traquan Smith is probably the #1 wide receiver right now without Michael Thomas, but he's not around. He's on the sidelines with a hamstring injury. Marquez Callaway had a really good practice today. He was one of the guys who caught my eye. Younger receiver, physical guy who can get down the field. They're so desperate. Chris Hogan was playing professional lacrosse, and he's now their #4 wide receiver right now.
All right, desperation there. A little desperation when it comes to their secondary as well. They do have a new coach out there, and Chris Richard. He's been getting a lot of praise so far, but I was talking to you before we came on, and you pointed out he's got a lot of work to do because that cornerback position is awful right now. So what does happen with the secondary?
Yeah, I think, look, Marshawn Latimer is a good player, but there's a pending possibility of a suspension for him. You have the safeties are good players. They're veteran guys, but Malcolm Jenkins is a year older. You look at some of the other corners, and I don't think they're starting corners. They do have a rookie they like, Paulson Adebo from Stanford, but is he ready to go in to be the starting quarterback? Probably not. So I think their other starting quarterback isn't on the roster right now. I think they'll look around, try and make a deal, get a veteran corner to come in and be a part of this defense, because if they have to play with what they have right now, they're going to have a guy with a big bullseye on his back.
Pete, enjoy your time there at Saints training camp down in New Orleans. We've been sending Pete all over the place to check in on all of these training camps here on CBS Sports HQ. Taking a look at what we've got coming up today and the rest of the week. Heading into next week, we have live reports from Evan Washburn there with the Chiefs. Of course, Pete Prisco with the Saints. Seahawks and Bears tomorrow on Friday, and then Monday, we'll bring you live reports from the Rams and the Titans. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.